ahead and get started. If people can go ahead and mute yourselves, and we'll go ahead and have my name is Esmeralda Rodriguez, MD2 GT Chair, and I'm with 2X1, and actually also with 2A3. But if we can have Dr. Kathy do the welcome, please, at this time, and thank you everybody for joining. And don't forget to put your name, district, and title in the chat, and it is being recorded. Thank you, everybody.
Good
Dr.
morning. Is everybody awake? Hope so.
Barely.
Barely. You haven't had your coffee yet. Okay, or tea.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome everyone, and I appreciate everyone being on the Zoom call this morning. Hopefully, we'll have some good information to share with you all. We are here to help you and your districts and your clubs be the best that they can be this year. And we are very fortunate to have a lot of gifted and talented people on our GAT team. And I especially want to thank PDG Esmeralda for putting this together. She's done a fantastic job, and I appreciate everything that she does. Texas was #1 in the area this first 3 months, but we would like to be #1 in the United States in Constitutional Area 1. There isn't any reason why we can't be. We were last year, and we had the #1 district, X1, in the world in percentage of membership growth. So we have goals and we have a plan, and we want to work that plan. That's what I presented to International President Singh when we were at USA Canada Forum last week. So we have people in place to help you achieve those goals. And we really can't afford to lose any more lions. We've been on this trend, especially in the United States, of losing lions progressively over the last several years. Other areas like Africa and Asia are growing. United States is losing members. So we have to really stop that trend, reverse it, and do what we need to do to grow. The United States was the origin of lions. So we don't want to have the reputation of being, falling behind or having other countries take over what should be our rightful position as the origin of lions. And we are great at service, but we don't report our service. We have a whole bunch of clubs that are not reporting service. I think like 40%, if I'm not mistaken. So we know that you're doing service, but it doesn't look like to international that you're doing service because it's not being reported. So hopefully we'll be able to change some of that. And we need to better communicate between the state and the districts and the clubs. If we do all those things, then we'll be working together to achieve our goals. And I'm going to turn it over to our next speaker, our very esteemed guest, past international president, TJ Tijerina. Take it away, TJ.
Good morning, fellow Lions. First of all, give yourselves a big hand. You are part of making history. And when I say that, is that hosting and participating in this first ever summit is history. I know that I have been with the GAT program now for a little over a year, and you probably have heard me so many times say that in order to be able to be successful and to keep MD2 and especially your Lions Club successful, is that we need to increase the communication from the club to the multiple to the sub-district and multiple district, and it's a two-way street. And today you all are doing this, and I really want to congratulate you. I would not have missed it. I have a conflict right now with another meeting, and I canceled the other one because I wanted to be with you. I learned a long time ago that don't ever forget where you came from, because to me, you, all of you, the Texas Lions, you're number one. And you lead by example. You lead to serve, and you serve to lead. And last year, we had a very successful year. And I want to congratulate the council and the Lions of Texas for doing that. But today, we want to talk about today and tomorrow and keep that momentum going. Passing the baton instead of being a sprint. Taking over from the successes and increasing that success. We have a lot of resources. I want to thank Council Chair Kathy for your leadership in working together with your GAT in putting this together. It is very special, Kathy, and it's very special, Texas Lions, to have this. We have a lot of resources. We have a commitment, but we also have a passion, and we have a passion to lead. Past District Governor Ronnie Martin, thank you for what you're doing. Not only are you building success in your district, but you're reaching out to the other districts, to the other district governors. And please continue to work closely with past District Governor Ronnie. Remember that he is a resource and he is a catalyst to put new clubs, and it's already evident because we have 8 new clubs already, and we probably have another 6 that will go in within the next 10 days. And past District Governor Ronnie, you have been a catalyst. The district governors have gone to you and reached out to you. You've been all over Texas, and it's paying off. And just remember, Lions, he helps you to train yourselves to do a good job with it, but and be able to build clubs. But it is our responsibility as district people to make sure that we take care of our clubs and that we continue to move forward. So congratulations to all. My topic has to do with Club Excellence Award. And there's a lot of talk about the Club Excellence Award for 25-26. There are some major key changes from the way the Club Excellence Award criteria was previously. And effective with this year, the criteria for the Club Excellence Award has been increased. It is a little bit more of a challenge. I understand that. But like anything else, if anybody is going to adjust to this new criteria, it's going to be the Texas Lions. It's going to be the Texas clubs and the leadership of the Texas presidents, of the club presidents. They are the ones that will strive to make sure that we continue to have success with the Club Excellence Award. You have often heard from me and others that if every club would strive to get the award of the Club Excellence, we would have we would still have challenges, but we would have less challenges, and we would have continued success, because a club and a club president that looks at the Club Excellence Award criteria, we know will be a healthy club, will be a club that will be engaging their members, communication being very strong, and success being built. So with that in mind, let me go over the Club Excellence Award criteria. First of all, there will be no application this year. In previous years, the club president and board of directors would put the application together and email it to the district governor, signed by the district governor, and turn it in by August the 31st of the next year, August 31st, 2025, for the 24-25 Lions year. August 31st 2026 for the current year of 2025-2026. No application. The information will have to be put in the Lions portal by the club in order to be recognized and awarded the Club Excellence Award. The Club Excellence Award acknowledges the dedication. It acknowledges the legacy of service within individual clubs. Our international president, AP Singh, you know, his heart is, and his passion is lead to serve, serve to lead. Everything surrounds itself for success when you have a strong, engaged club that is doing great service and making a beautiful impact, a difference in your community. So with that, so first of all, no application. It must be reported on the Lions portal. Let's talk about some of the areas. Membership. In the area of membership, in order to be successful and be awarded the Club Excellence Award, a club will have to induct a minimum of 2 members or 20% new members, whichever is greater, not including transfer members, reinstated, or charter members. Eligibility is determined based on the club's membership count as of June the 30th of 2026 for this year, or sponsor a new Lions club. Now, that criteria for a small club should be pretty easy to attain. 2 new members. If every club in Texas would have an increase of 2 new members per year. Now, and let me go back, and that doesn't make sense what I'm going to say. It's inducting 2 new members. So a club, the way I've been told, a club could still wind up even, but if you inducted 2 new members or 20% of your membership, you're eligible for the award. That doesn't mean that if you started with 80, that you have to have an increase of 16. You have to have 16 new members. Now, I may have to come back and let you know that that's not correct, but that's what I picked up at the USA Canada Forum. For a large club, I'm going to ask you, go out and look for go out and start a new club or start a branch club so that you can pick up the 20%. The opportunities for the larger clubs, there's a lot more resources available within the club, and hopefully you can put a new club together. We have a goal of 40 new clubs for this year. We have 8 new clubs as of today, with an additional 5 or 6, maybe more, maybe 10 coming in within the next 10 to 15 days. In the area of service, there's a little bit of change there. Report a minimum of 4 service activities to Lions International via the portal. Report a minimum of 4 service activities. 3 of these activities must show participation in each of the 3 international weeks of service. There are 3 weeks of international service that our president, AP, has designated. One is coming just around the corner. The week of October the 4th through the 12th is the first week of service, and that will be for mental health and well-being, and be creative as to what you can do to have a service project. And it can be as simple as passing out information in your community about the importance of taking care of mental health, well-being. The second, so every club, in order to meet the criteria, has to have a service project sometime during the week of 4th through the 12th of 2025, and report it on the portal. The second week of service is in January the 3rd through the 11th of 2026. The theme, hunger. And we do excellent work when it comes down to helping people that are hungry. So that one should also be pretty much a success for all clubs to be able to do a project during the week of January the 3rd through the 11th. And the third one, the third week of service is in April the 18th through the 26th of 2026. And it has to do with environment. It can be cleaning a park. It can be planting a tree. It can be cleaning the cemetery. Just think big. And I think the important thing here is that we have to keep the constant communication and letting our clubs know the 3 weeks of service and the importance that every club needs to have a service project during each of those weeks in the area, of mental health and well-being, hunger, and environment. The next one is it has to do with leadership. And again, this is another one that there's been a little bit of a change. The club needs to report the newly elected club officers in the Lions portal by May 15th of the current Lions year. Now that's not new. That has been in existence, but it has to be reported in the Lions portal. So zone chairs, district governors, leadership team, GAT leaders, we need to constantly be reminding our clubs to have their elections in March, no later than April, and have the reporting done by May the 15th. A second criteria, a minimum of 10% of the club's members must complete 3 courses that are in the Lions Learning Center. Now, we're going to have to do some work on that. Lions need to be able to have an account on the Lions portal and be able to just go to the icon that has the Learning Center, and there are a lot of different opportunities for them to complete a course in the Lions Learning Center. 3 of them. The club president, I believe this is a little bit of a change. The club president for the current year must not have served, this is a new change, must not have served more than 2 consecutive terms. So if you have a club that has a president and is doing the presidency for the 3rd year, then that will be a problem for the Club Excellence Award. And let's keep this in mind when we communicate. It says must not have served more than 2 consecutive terms. They could have served back in the last century and you bring them back, but not consecutive years.
DJ,
Yes.
what if what if a club has 2-year terms? Does that mean, are you talking about years or terms?
Two consecutive, no, okay, they're meaning years here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Good question, District Governor Mike. Yes, even though in that particular club, a term is for 2 years, when they brought it out, they were talking about 2 consecutive years, even though they're using the word terms, okay? The official term of a president is for 1 year, has to be reelected the following year, unless you have it in your constitution and bylaws of the club. We can talk some more about that, but it means 2 years, not 2 terms. Okay. All right. And the third one is a minimum of 2 or more club officers: president, vice president, secretary, or treasurer, of which one must be the club president. Complete the club officers training online in the Learning Center. That's also going to be a challenge. We need to communicate that to our clubs and communicate it very well. It can be done in person, as reported by your GLT coordinator for your district. And it has to be, or it can be, or it can be done in person by your district GAT as a learning opportunity. And it's between July 1st and December 31st of the current year. The last criteria has to do with donations. We used to always say, LCIF, why do we contribute? Well, it's very evident that LCIF, with our contributions, LCIF does have an impact. And the impact has gone across Texas over several years, especially in the last few years. LCIF has been there. As you present that, the last one having to do with donations, a contribution to LCIF, a minimum of the club membership on June the 30th by $20 a lion. This can be an individual lion making a contribution, as well as a club making a contribution, because an individual contribution is credited to the club. Let me give you an example. If I give $1,000 for an LCIF, Melvin Jones, I as an individual, then the club gets credit for that $1,000 as part of the $20. But so it can be a combination of both. Okay. And I know I'm running out of time, but how about if any questions you all might have? Any questions? And I just wanted to highlight very briefly, I have, well, I'm past, but just 30 seconds. Go and look.
PDG, DJ, there's a question from PDG.
Oh, okay,
Lisa.
I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Go ahead, Dr. MacKay.
There's a question from PDG Lisa. So a branch club applies as a new club?
I not only does it apply as a new club, not necessarily does it apply as a new club until it becomes a new club, but if you put 10 members, if you make a branch club and you got 10 members, that's part of the 20% that you need to satisfy the club. Because as a club, as a branch club, you are still you're still under the current club that formed the branch club.
In other words, they're not charter members yet, so they would count as new members.
They would count as new members for your existing club because you're forming a branch club. Other questions? Okay, then thank you so much. I will stay on. And if there's any other questions later on that I can answer, just let me know, Lioness me or Council Chair Kathy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TJ. So our next speaker is Dr. Nia MacKay. And Dr. Nia, I've stopped sharing, so you can share. I want to make sure that you can share right now.
Lion Esme, I think Ronnie Martin was scheduled next.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry about that. Yes, you're right. Dr. Lion Ron, sorry about that. I'm not looking at my notes. So yes, go ahead, Ron. Do you need to share anything, Ron?
Girl, you and I have discussed, you keep trying to skip me.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, yeah, you're the first one because I know you got to get back to work.
Good morning, everybody.
good
So
morning.
I want to give you a brief. My job when I go out to help put in a club is to train how to put in a club. So I just worked with Patsy, and we just put a new club in El Paso. I gave her the initial start, and she finished the club. And she told me she had finished the club, and she did. I have a different way of working on putting in clubs than most people. For me, it's about telling a story. So when I put in a club, I build a connection with the individuals I'm talking to. You know, if you just go out and ask people to join, most of you know they're not going to fill out that paperwork. And the reason is every one of you, it's the same as putting in a new member, as putting in a new club. It's the same process. Tell your story. Tell them why you're lying, the difference we make. So my goal is to actually go out and teach more people to do what I do. So I know that Patsy has got it. She's a Martin's Marshal now. Trust me, she can do this. Nancy and Governor in X2, Jimmy, I went out and worked with him. Strickland, they're in the process of putting 4 clubs in right now. And all 4 of those should be finished by close to the end of this month, if not the first week of next month. He's already got 32 in one. He's already got 24 in the other. I think all they have to do is meet now to vote on their officers. So it's an easy process, but you need to learn. And I can't stress it enough. When I go out, people look at me and go, oh my God, you talk to that person for 20 minutes. Talk to that person for 20 minutes because I built a relationship. Now, when they do join, if they come along on board, they'll stay a lion because they see where we're coming from. The average person you talk to has no clue who we are, especially if they're under age 40. They've heard of us, but they don't know what we do. So I'm here to help. My phone number, best way to get a hold of me is to text me. So 979-236-8817. And then I'll call you back. I get a million crank calls. I think my phone number is everywhere. And I've got a loan that's been approved 500 times because that's all I get these days. Oh my gosh. What I want to do is teach more people how to do this in each district. I will say we just started working on we put in a new club in S4, and the first vice district governor came with me on every single trip, and Terry can now put in a club. But I will tell you, when we first started, she had no clue how you put a club together. Her thought was, you send out flyers, you go knock on doors, you get everybody together, and kumbaya, there's a club. It does not work that way. We spent 6 days in Port Lavaca putting in this club, and it's going to be a huge club. We lost our club there 4 years ago. We have a college campus club going in right now. We've never put them in. It's fairly simple to do. 2 of the clubs that Jimmy's putting in are college campus clubs, Governor Strickland. So reach out to me. I'm here. I just need a little time to schedule. I am not very good at being available in November and December because I own a gift shop. And if you can imagine, that's when I make my money for the year. That's how I get to give so much back. But any other time, I do want us to have 20 clubs in before the end of December for the state of Texas. That is the goal. That way we only have to put 20 in the second half of the year. But I'm going to sign off here in like 9 minutes. So does anyone have any questions for me?
I just,
Yes.
I just want to add something. I started to say that, and I'm going to be very clear. Thank you, Past District Governor Ronnie, for doing what you're doing. I need for the Lions, for the leaders of Texas, to please, when someone says, well, Ronnie Martin goes out there and puts it on and then they don't stick, that's not his problem. That's our district's problem. If he comes into my district and puts a club together, or Jimmy puts a club together, Jimmy Ross puts a club together, he helped us put the club in. But it's my responsibility to make sure that we take care of that club. And that's got to stop because we have high momentum. I still continue to hear that. And that's not fair to past District Governor Ronnie, nor to past International President Jimmy. So, Ronnie, thank you so much for the work that you are doing, because we will hit 40 clubs this year. Or plus,
Yes.
or more.
Thanks, TJ.
TJ, will you clarify one more time? Because we still had the question about the branch club. If we put in a branch club, will it count for club excellence? I know the answer is yes,
Okay.
but I believe they need to hear it from you.
I'm going to research it and get back with you all. But right now, my position is that if you put it, that if the Del Rio San Felipe Lions Club puts a branch club, that is new members for the club because it is an extension. It is not a new club. It's an extension of the existing club. Now, if someone has heard otherwise, let us know. But what I received was that it would count, but I will check with membership to make sure. Does anybody have a different interpretation of it?
I think the question is, can club branch apply for club excellence?
Oh, no.
No.
What president? No, because you're still part of the
Parents
you
club.
don't want to use the sponsoring club because you're really part of that club, except
Yep.
that what you're doing is that it's an extension so that other ideas and thinking differently and so on and diversity can take place over an existing club that may want to continue doing things that have been successful for them. So yes, thank you so much. To me, for the club, it will count. For the branch club, it does not count. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, TJ. And Ronnie, anything else you wanted to add?
Just when I help you put in a club, keep in mind the person who helped start the club, you're responsible for keeping that club.
Right.
A quarter of all the clubs in 2S4, I helped start. So I'm telling you, when we put a club in, it can stick, but every club needs help, even our older clubs, but a new club especially needs help. One of the things we don't do very well that I see is the sponsoring club should be responsible for not only the guiding lion, but their president should train the president of the new club. The secretary should train the secretary of the new club. The treasurer should train. Every officer in the sponsoring club, that's your responsibility to train the new officers. Don't tell them just to go online and do the program.
Right.
I've seen the club actually fold when they were told years ago, Well, it's all online. Go do that. They just all called the next day and said they quit if that's the way we were going to treat them.
Right.
So Lions, people want to serve. And something I keep hearing is, oh, if I give them the application, if they want to be a server to Lions and they have a heart of service, they will turn in that application to me. No, they won't. They don't know they want to serve. I have more members of my club thank me for helping them stay a Lion and become a Lion and talking them into it because of what we do after they get involved. They don't have a clue who we are or what we do. And I didn't either when I joined 17 years ago. So don't think they're going to hand you back an application. At the end, just tell them, here's a pen and fill it out. It's up to you to do the rest. That's it.
Thank you, Ronnie. And just a reminder to everybody, the mentoring is so critical, and mentoring is so important and vital to keep that new lions and even our older lions continue to get them engaged. And we assume that people that are being lions for a long time, well, they know what to do. Sometimes they're getting into a new position and they have no clue. So it's okay to hang together with them and hold their hand while they're learning. In the long run, you'll save yourselves a lot of headache. And just a reminder, we have PIP, Jimmy Ross, that's also offered to come and help put in a new club. And thank you, Ron, that is willing to go. And y'all, I'm the GT chair, so I'm willing to go too. We've already said that. However, just keep in mind that we need a firm commitment from the club and the district for us to make sure to go and travel to do that for you. But it's the more we work as a team, the more success we're going to have. And I'll tell you real quick, like Ron mentioned, some people don't know that they want to serve as a lion until you just ask and invite. Some of you have heard my story. I was invited for 10 years to become a lion, and I kept saying no, 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 I'm too busy. Even though I would go help do volunteer with my lion. Marianne Hudgens is the one that brought me in 26 years ago, and I'm so thankful to her that she never gave up. She kept asking over and over again, and this is a reminder to everybody. Sometimes we get complacent just because we ask one or two times and they tell us no, we give up. No, remember my story that I was asked for 10 years over and over again, and I'm so grateful this day that Marianne Hudgens did not give up on me, because I've truly, truly enjoy now being a fellow lion leader with all of you. And it's been a gift to me that I have met so many wonderful people and gotten to serve a whole bunch of wonderful people along the way. So don't give up. Just keep asking, right, Ron? Very important to just ask. You never
Yes.
know. All right, our next presenter, unless somebody has another question, is Lion Dr. Nia MacKay. Dr. MacKay, I want to make sure that we've made you host. You're going to share a PowerPoint, right?
Yes, but I still disable.
Okay, so Lion Kyle or Lion
Conrad.
Taylor, will you all please one of you make Dr. Nia MacKay a host, please? Let me see if I can do it. Give me a minute. How is everybody hanging in there? We doing all right with our time? I think everybody's kept to their time pretty well. Let me see, Dr. Lee MacKay. I love technology.
Esme, it's not letting me make
Oh,
a
it's not?
request. I'm sorry.
Huh.
I tried.
And I'm trying as well, but I'm actually on my cell phone since I need to leave before we're done.
Let me
and
see.
not a computer.
Oh, here, I found Dr. MacKay. Here, let me see.
Just call me Lionia, PDG Esme.
Yeah, it won't let me either. So let me call Conrad real quick. Sorry, everybody. So Dr. MacKay,
Okay. Yeah.
why don't you
So
start talking and then we'll get you going here.
yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We always try to serve the community, but what we always work sometimes, most of the time, forget is to serve our member first. happy member will stay, right? So member satisfaction engagement rely on members being time, their time is well spent, and they are building friendship, all achieved by meeting member expectation and fostering positive experience through community service and social services as well. Um, Let me try again. Okay, it's not. So the strategies is including conducting a survey. There is exceeding expectation survey that provided by LCI, as well as the membership satisfaction survey. I did the member satisfaction survey on both time during my presidential terms in two different clubs, and is very successful in creating the services that the members want to do. That means the more member will volunteer to your service. The other thing is that the GMA work very, very well, especially if you know what your club weaknesses is, what things that will hindrance. If you learn about those things, you can pretty much formulate a service that fit with your club. And I use the GMA as well. And thank you for Lion Vinod, who made a simple SWOT chart for us to do. This way, we can do it, and you can call all your board, or if you have a small club, then give this special program to fill out this, and we know what they want. The other thing is providing member benefits. Not all of us understand that we have perks. For example, you have a 15% discount if you are ordering hearing aids from Beltone. We also have a 15-20% off from car rentals, for ordering flowers, for some hotels and things like that. I put this on the display on the table every time we have a meeting. So if there is a new guest that come, so they understand that not only we serve the community, but we got all the perks beside being able to return your success to the community. The other thing is that encourage member to be involved in the service. Many members join the Lions Club through the services. And I know I learned this, and PDGSME can bank me on that, because service is the one that touch a lot of people, especially people who loves to directly serve the community, not only writing a check. So, how do you understand member expectation?
Dr.
One of
Nia,
them, yeah.
Dr. Nia, you've been made co-host, so you can share now. I'm sorry about that.
Yay! No, that's okay. So okay, here you go. Oh, hang on. That's not the one I want to share. I shared the wrong page. Okay, here you go. Okay, let's go from the top. So I already did that. So let's go to membership engagement in real in a company. We know 5 R's: the reasons, responsibility, recognition, relationship, and rewards. There's a lot of people become a member for different reasons. For myself, we love my family. We love to serve other people. And then also responsibility. The first thing I usually do when I become a member of any organization, I always check what is my responsibility as a member. And then recognition. Recognition is a reward that your time spent, that you are being acknowledged, your time, your ideas, and probably your money if you donate some, and being recognized as part of a global service organization. And then because you have that membership, and in Lions Club membership is family, You have that whole fellowship with them, service with them, and the rewards. The rewards, it can be a pin or just a thank you, a pat on the shoulder, and that's driving the retention, loyalty, and growth. Just so we can have it ready. I'm not sure who's that in the background. So member expectation, conduct the survey I mentioned earlier, exceeding expectation, and then focus on members' need. Remember, the exceeding expectation will ask, what do you want as a service? What I receive is some member doesn't like to have, all too many eye vision. They want to have more on environment, feeding, or hunger, or pediatric cancer. And then you have to also maintain your communication. For me, communication is number one. Keep member well informed of where the club status is, what you have achieved in the club wise or district wise. And I always reminded them that the district success is the club's success. So, and then at the end of the day, it goes to the MD2 and then go to the LCI itself. The other thing that member is always expecting is regular events. If you change your event too many times, for example, the club meeting always changing either places or date, that will be confuse them and make them not want to go at all, because people like to have people are habitual. So if your meeting is noon at 12, then keep that at noon at 12 in the same location. And if you have extra meeting like we did, the happy hours, that also need to be at least the date or the day the same. Maybe we go to a different venue or something like that. Uh, so the other thing is that key strategies for the clubs. Global membership approach, I already mentioned this, is a very, very useful step designed to increase membership. And the other thing that we always forget is to celebrate any milestone that you achieve, any new members that you recruit. You need to celebrate it together. Is that maybe extra um, candies that you have, or some kind of certificates for people who recruit them or something like that. Membership satisfaction award, of course, for your 5 years, 10 years, and so on, is several awards. Membership key awards for a certain number of member that you recruit, or a certificate. You don't have to rely on LCI or district. Make your own certificates. Reward them. This is really, really make motivate members to recruit more. And then for the club, of course, you can earn a banner patch. We just earned a banner patch because we created our club. Dallas founder created a branch club, the DFW Indonesian club branch. Create membership development plan. So this is from GMA. GMA has goals that you want to put. For example, the President AP mentioned that we have 50,000 club. If each club for the whole year inducted 3 members, we are in the good shape every year, right? 3 members for the whole year. That's a big thing. That's achievable. So put that as a strategies for recruiting and how you're going to do that. And don't forget, even though we are going to have 150 new members, if we did not close that door and have a low retaining membership, that's not going to work. So enforce the retaining um, efforts in your club. Um, and then the other thing that you can do is apply for a membership development grant. That way, you can ensure that your strategies is not only achievable, but is secure because you have the fund to do so. Adapt and innovate. You know, if we are going to have a younger people, then we need to adopt what they like. Currently, what they do is more into digital, more into virtual, not necessarily in person. Yes, they do in person for their service, for their happy hour, or whatever they like to go together as a club and get a fellowship. But we do need to innovate and start a branch club. um, Start small. It's easier to build when you know you have already 10. You only need 10 more. So the other thing is that focus on the future. Recruit younger people because we need their ideas. They have a different ideas and how to recruit other members. They can talk to their fellow member. Um, the other thing is that if they like to do Zoom or they like to do hybrid, just let's do that. If they like to, instead of giving a service, they probably would like to um, service. What I'm saying is volunteer. Maybe they like to give some educational Zoom presentation. So we need to embrace the new thing that they like, younger people like to have. Membership satisfaction survey, it's worked really well for me. I did it on July, so to plan out the first 6 months, and then I did it on January to look back what service is working well, what need to be tweaked, what need to maybe not doing it so much, and things like that, and then to plan for another 6 months. Uh, what is the drivers for satisfaction? Clear communication. Again, keep your members well informed about your club, about your district, and how their contribution is part of the success for the club. Quality service offered, that's something that related to what they want. You know, if we're doing something that nobody wants to volunteer, or nobody likes it, so again, you're not going to have a good turnout. Not only you probably not have a volunteer, but it will be hard for you to have a successful program. Failure of membership costs, unfortunately this play a big chance. People forget being a member of our association. We have a dues for international, for district, and multi-district. So please, before you recruit somebody, please tell them how much it's gonna cost them, okay, and what the benefit that they will reach. So if the cost to benefit ratio is smaller, then they would likely involve or be a member. Personalization. That means if you have a member that's not showing up for 3 meetings, please call them. You know, if you have too big of a member, for example, my club is now 84. We divided those 84 to the for the board member. So every board member assigned to 4 or 5 people, they can call them. And then every time they reach a milestone, have a birthday announcement, have somebody who's have a new grandchild, a new child, announce them, as well as if somebody need a prayer or somebody hospitalized. So this will really touch their what you call it, physical, emotional, that there belongs to a club that care for them. This also will improve or will increase the responsiveness of feedback. If you ask them, you know, what do you think about the club? what service do you want us to do, what club can do for you. So again, in a nutshell, you make your members happy, they will stay. So my recommendation is to conduct membership satisfaction, so you know what your members expect and you know how to get that, to achieve that.
Dr.
So
Nia, will you help us wrap up in a minute so we can go to the next
Yes.
speaker, please?
So
Thank
here
you.
is the last one, measuring success. The impact, of course, you know, you will have membership retention 90% or higher and more referrals. The happy member will ask their friends or family to join your club. Positive feedback, greater advocacy, because, you know, the more member that you have, the more service that you can give, stronger community interaction because you serve the community even better. Thank you so much for having me. This is my information. So if you put your camera on the QR code, you will have that. This is what the arrow is. Engagement goes, membership engagement will give us a satisfaction and then go to retention. And hopefully that will tend to help to grow your club.
Thank you, Dr. Nia. And our next speaker is going to be past district governor and our GMT chair, Vinod Mathur. Vinod, believe, hopefully they put you as co-host. If not, Lion Kyle or Lion Taylor, will you please put him as co-host? And before we have him come on, I just want a big thanks to Dr. Nia MacKay and the Dallas Founders Club because they were a club in 2X1 that was dying. I mean, and it was a founding club, and we couldn't let that happen. And her and Keith, past district governor Keith Murray, and some other teams from the team, the cabinet. I mean, they have done amazing. Now they're at 84 members. Let's give her a round of applause because wow. So don't ever give up. There you go. Welcome, DG, past district governor Vinod.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vinod Mathur. I'd like to talk a very important topic, which is membership retention. As you know, we lose globally, not just in our district or in our multiple district, but globally, we lose more members than we are recruiting.
Recording in progress.
So it's an important issue. That needs to be addressed if we want to grow, especially with the Mission 1.5. We cannot continue to lose our members. So really, membership retention is ensuring the future of Alliance clubs. Okay. So what are the challenges we are facing right now? Why is it so critical for membership retention? The challenges we have historically, we have been, there's a membership decline all the way from global to multiple district to our district. So there's a very steady membership decline. We used to be at one time, I think about 20 years ago, maybe 500,000 members. Now we are about 350,000 members globally. So we keep losing members, which is not good for the membership growth. So Lions drop globally each year over 200,000 members per year worldwide. Can you imagine losing so many members? If we can save even 10% of those, it'll make a huge difference. So it makes a huge impact when we look at this in a global sense, how many members we are losing. In our own constitutional area, we lose over 35,000 members each year. That's again a huge number. In our own, I didn't put here, in our multiple district, we lose 3,000 to 4,000 members each year. So even if we can save 5 to 10% of these, it'll make a huge difference in our membership growth. To do that, also, we need to understand why are they leaving and what we can do to retain them. So first we need to understand why are members join, people join the Alliance clubs. and why do we need them? We need them because we need to have, the club has a plan to do so many service projects, you need so many helping hands. So it's very critical to keep getting new members. New members bring skills, experience that can benefit our club. The more hands we have, the more we can do, and more new ideas will come in. So that means overall means more service. And also we need to know why the volunteers join our clubs, Lions Club. So they have several reasons of their own, but to make a difference, to make a difference in the community by serving and helping each other. So that's a big thing. That's one of the things that they have, is to make a difference. And to a lot of younger members who are coming in, they identify themselves with a cause or a project. Either it's a hunger or environment or whatever it is, they come with some ideas about that particular cause and they want to pursue that. So by joining a Lions Club, we need to make sure they have that opportunity to pursue that. And also to make new friends, of course, to increase the professional development. Also, there are a lot of opportunities as a line for professional development and general networking. Now, when we talk of value, when people join a Lions Club, they have certain values. They weigh the time, when somebody joins a club, they consider the time they're spending, the money they're spending, and also the effort that they're putting in. Are they receiving the value for what they're putting in? Like if you have a weighing scale, as I'm showing here, you're putting in time, effort, and money on the one side. And if the weight scale goes down, the value received has exceeded. So that's a good proposition. That means they're getting what they joined for, and that's what you want to see in your clubs, is they get the values. What are the values? Generally speaking, first thing is the service, because you join to serve. Serving in the community, camaraderie, recognition is very important. And there are several other factors. So as long as they're getting what they came in for, that's a good proposition, and the members will stay. Now, take a look at what's going on, in terms of membership drops. Since we are talking of retaining members, in our own MD2, I went back about 10 years or so to see what's going on in terms of membership, how we are doing in terms of member additions and membership drops. If you look at this chart here, blue is the membership add, and the orange is membership drops. What do we see? We are seeing that consistently we are losing more members. The orange is exceeding the blues. We are losing more members than we are actually recruiting. There has been some instances like here, this is what you want to see. Like in 2022, I think we had a gain. We recruited more members than we lost. So that's what we want to see, but not the other way around. So last year, like 2025, yes, we had a good year. We saw a positive growth. This is what we want to see. But in general, if you look at this, it's not good. We cannot afford to lose more members than we are recruiting. How can we grow? That's for MD2. Look at the constitutional area one. I went back about 5 or 6 years to see what's going on in constitutional area to get a bigger picture. Look at this here. Again, blue is the addition and orange is the drops. What do we see? What is more consistent here? More drops. We are dropping more members than we are recruiting, and how can we grow? This is our constitutional area one. So that's why it is a very serious problem right now we have. And really, there's an urgency to contain the drops. Okay, so we need to understand also why members are leaving. This was an old survey that I put together, which I think still holds true. This was a global survey that was done by members are leaving. If you look at this, a lot of them leave personal conflicts, time constraints, geographic, they're too far, living too far. But there are a lot of others that we have club management issues, personal club characteristics, leadership, etc. So these are some of the things that people leave for. But majority is personal conflict, interpersonal relationships, personal level of commitment. People don't have time. So these are some of the reasons. This was a global, okay, which actually is probably good locally also. And if you look more locally, like this was MD2 analysis. This was done. This is last year, and to the right, this one is the more recent. What we see here is we are losing more members who resigning, members who are in good standing. Almost 30% of the members we are losing are members in good standing. They may have several reasons. We don't know the exact reason, but they're leaving maybe personal conflicts, or they don't like the way the club is run. So there could be several reasons. They're not getting recognized. They don't have any input. There could be several reasons for this resigning, in a good standing. Some of the other reasons we can't control. These we can control, like non-payment of dues. There's quite a big chunk we are losing. Either they're not able to afford to pay the dues, or they're having problem keeping up with the payments. So these are the two big reasons. Non-attendance, of course, is not allowed. You cannot lose a member, drop a member because of non-attendance. So we need to, there are some questions also about non-attendance, the way you put in the portal. So these may not be exactly true, correct? It may be because of non-payment also, because a lot of them are non-payment and non-attendance. So this is a little bit gray area in here. But the other ones, something we cannot control. Debts, moving and transfer, those things we cannot control. But these other three issues we can control. We need to know, why some of these members are resigning. They're doing well, but suddenly they drop out. So stuff like that we need to pay attention to. Again, so that is general why members are dropping. But to be more specific, we need to know who are leaving. You need to know as a club or as a district, you need to make an audit. Who are we leaving? Like, are the members, new members leaving? Those who have been there 1 to 2 years. Those are new members. Why are they leaving? Maybe they have not been communicated the benefits of staying. Maybe they didn't get a proper induction, or they don't have a mentor and they're getting lost. They don't know what to do. They didn't have a proper new member orientation. They need training. So all these things affect those who are leaving early, like within 2 years. Then as you move you find out that some of the members were 3 to 5 years. Then of course they need more opportunities to advance, to put their skills to work, etc. And 6 to 10 years, maybe they're getting more seasoned. You need to, as a club president, you need to give them more responsibilities as a mentor, involve them in district activities, etc. And of course, for those who are there for 10 years, it doesn't mean they're going out to pasture. You need to make sure that you use their experience to serve, in the district or multiple district or committee chairs, and how to energize your club, mentoring. There are a lot of opportunities to use these folks who have been there long enough, and sometimes they're overlooked. So it's very important to know, categorize where your membership, where you're losing, are you losing new members or old members or whatever. So then you can take specific action geared toward that problem. So these are some of the retention tips. Of course, you need to have a good mission, solid mission about your club and also district. Emphasize, service, of course, is your main thing that you like to serve. Emphasize values, you recognize each other, help each other. All those are the things that come with the values. You need to emphasize those values. Then engage, of course, that's very critical. When a person joins the Lions Club, he needs to be engaged. Otherwise, what's the point of joining? So service, there should be a service appeal, not only for if the new member has come with a new idea for service, give them a chance to do that. So they will be happy to do that and put in more energy into it. And your club operations are very important. Good system. Make sure your timing, etc., is everybody's agreeing to the timing, the location, and how you interact with each other. So that's very important, your club operations. And it has to be flexible also in terms of timing, etc. And recognitions is very important, especially for new members, otherwise they get lost. We'll be talking about recognition on a separate issue. So develop some of these strategies that way. You know, your club, of course, my club, my way, you don't have to be too strict. Make sure you're flexible enough. If the member does not attend, it's okay as long as he's doing the service. You don't need to drop them. Make sure your new members are inducted properly. There's a new member orientation going on. Have a mentoring program. If you have new members coming in, make sure they have a mentor who will walk them through the activities of the club. And they need to be engaged. So make sure the service activities match the member, what he wants to do. So make sure that that happens through communication, etc. So they are happy doing what they like to do. Conduct a rating survey, satisfaction survey, to know the pulse of your club. What's happening in the club, why people are not happy, they're not getting recognition or whatever it is. So you get some pulse of and how to improve. And also a lot of new members come, some transfer members come, make them welcome, that they are, you know, they are part of this family. Once you join a club, you become a family. So you are a part of the family member. Have a recognition program. It's very easy to do. We'll talk more detail about that. It's easy to do, but we'll have immense rewards by doing the recognition. It really helps the membership. Encourage, I think this morning, TJ talked about club excellence. We need to encourage them to get that club excellence program and get that. It's not that difficult. And as we saw in the reasons for leaving, one was payment. A lot of them are not able to pay. So develop some flexible program for them to pay the dues. You know, either they can pay in installments or quarterly or monthly, whatever it is that is suitable for them to pay. Otherwise, they will drop out. So help them, walk them through the dues if they're having problem paying the dues. Make sure they understand and help them pay whatever is convenient for those people. Now we're talking also, you know, since we are in the process of Mission 1.5, we are in the middle of it. We want to grow to 1.5 by 2027. To meet these growing needs, we need more people to serve. So it's not just a number. It is really to serve more people. That's the whole idea behind that. And right now we are at close to 1.38 million members. So we are on our way. If you look at the chart I put there, since the start of this year, we started with 1.3 or so, and we have grown to close to 1.38. So we are on a good track right now. And we want to continue this trend throughout the year. I hate to see in December dropping. So let's work. That's why I had this retention, because come December, it makes a big impact and drops. So we need to be aware of how we can contain. There will be some drops, but we need to contain those drops. We need to increase, to reach the goal, we need to really looking at 600 new members each year for MD2. So it's a task that I think we can do it. This is the current retention rate for MD2. We have been stuck, looks like since I went back to about 5-6 years ago. We are around 83-84% retention. What I'm asking this year, can we increase that to 85%? It'll make a big difference if we can retain 85% of our membership. So that should be our goal this year for retention, to increase it. This is what our goal, this is for the Area 1A. If some of you are here from Area 1A, our membership drops, we want to contain to around 3,500. I think last year it was almost 39 or something like that. So we want to contain the drops for MD2. And so hopefully we can do better than that. This is a very conservative, and we should be probably looking at 3,400 drops and not more than that. So these are the goals we have for different districts. For MD2, of course, we are looking at new clubs, 20 plus 27 clubs, new members, of course, 4,000 members, and hopefully we can keep around 3,000 member drops to come to about 600 net. These are conservative estimates. I think we can exceed that. Let's see, we already went through this. So just coming back to the retention plan, we talked earlier about this, categorize them. You know, once you know that new member 1 to 2 years, I hope I'm not going over the time, 1 to 2 years, have a strategy, what you can do with them. Proper induction, orientation, mentoring, service project, and make sure they like the service project they're doing. Make them feel welcome as part of your family. Just because he's a new member doesn't mean he has to sit by himself. Make them that he's part of your group. Then for seasoned members, of course, give them a lot of growth and leadership opportunities. Give them mentoring role. They can serve at their district level. And also for the very seasoned members, here you can give them, multiple district. They can serve in the multiple district like we are serving. And also leadership and club management is very important. Personal connection with the members is very critical, so they don't feel left out. Make sure you talk to them if they're not coming, a phone call or whatever it is, to show that they are missed if they don't come. Club satisfaction survey is an important tool that you can use to show what members are happy or unhappy, what can be done to improve. Meeting formats, very flexible. My club, my way, you can do things that the membership likes, not what you like. And the recognition plays a very important role. When somebody does a service, you need to give proper recognition. Otherwise, they feel very, very bad about that. Meeting attendance is not a criteria to drop a member. So these are some of the plans that you can come up with. And so just having a plan is not good enough. You need to have an action plan. So as a club or as a district, you can make yourself an action plan. How are you going to have a retention action plan, actually? How are you going to do it? Who's going to do this? I'm not going to through all the steps. I don't have the time. But make sure you have set goals. How many members you want to, what kind of retention you want to have. You want to have this year 85% or 90%. Have a goal, and then have committee, who's going to do what, and responsibility, and what you can do to help them, like engagement. Are they properly doing service? This is, of course, you have to involve zone chairs and region chairs, implement membership, and new orientation is being given. Make sure they are being given to the new members. Zone chairs, club president, they need to monitor these things. Are we doing diversity? Club management, internal dynamics, how is it going with the club president? There's no conflicts, etc. So you can have a retention plan. It doesn't take much, but have a retention plan. How are you going to retain members and who is going to do what? And believe me, it's going to work and you will succeed. Thank you. That's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you, Vinod. I'm not seeing any questions on the chat. However, I think one last point you had in the second to last slide was about non-attendance is not a reason to drop. I think that's very important to remind everybody. I know past international director TJ reminds me about that all the time, and so does Dr. Kathy. And I think we just need to remember, sometimes life struggles and challenges get in the way of line members attending a meeting. However, that's not a good reason to drop them, especially if they're paying their dues and they go do service every once in a while. We should never be dropping a member because of non-attendance to a meeting. That's really critical that we remember that, right? Vinod and DJ?
Yes, yeah. Thanks for emphasizing.
Thank you. Vinod, would you stop sharing, please?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's my turn. Yay. So I just want to thank my grandnephew that's right here next to me. Come over here, my nephew right here, Maverick. Let's give him a round of applause for helping us put this PowerPoints and things together. So my job is to talk a little bit about service. Our GST chair, Lawrence, had a previous commitment. So just a reminder of our global causes. I love this picture right here. And I know different people like to focus on a different cause, and maybe not the global cause from Lions International, but a different passion, cause, or interest that helps them get motivated to join our Lions, so we can help them reach out to the community. And that's the beautiful thing about Lions International umbrella, that our clubs and our districts can do. Set up a club, your way, to meet the needs of the Lion members, but especially to meet the needs of a community. So we have several resources in Lions International that can help us and I'm not going to get into detail of all of them, but I just want to show you. I mean, if you just put in Lions International, and this is a link, it'll be available for you guys. And it has all these different service planners for each cause, for diabetes, for I mean, and not just one, a whole bunch of different planning kits for vision, for hunger, environment, childhood cancer. And I just was reminded, a Lion member was telling me, well, we want to do something with diabetes, Esmeralda, but I don't know how to do it. I was like, oh my God, girl, if you just want to do a diabetes walk. I know San Benito Lions Club here in my hometown. I'm an associate member, and they do a diabetes walk every year, and it is an amazing walk. I got to participate in it one year because I was here visiting, and they use the Resaca Park in central downtown San Benito. And the Leos, they have over 100 Leos in their Leo Club here in San Benito, and their Lions Club partnered together. And what they did is they had a Zumba instructor, they had music, they had snacks, and then people would just come and walk as individually or as a family. The club members got to participate. I mean, it was fun, family friendly. And the most important thing, you could tell that all the Lion members were very engaged, and the Leos also, they were all into it. So that's a one idea that I wanted to highlight out of the top of my head. And before my presentation is over in a little bit, I'm going to have a district wide service project highlighted in a little bit. But I just wanted to show everybody that this is something that's available. This over here. Yes. Over here. Okay, and then there's the service toolkit also that are available at Lions International. And it has right here, some quick start. Oh, it didn't go. It's on the slides. Okay, go back. Right there. Okay, here we go. We have some quick start ideas, and for especially those of you that are wanting to plan, this is a one pager you can share with your service planning team or with your global action team. Some quick start ideas for each of the global causes. For childhood cancer, I mean, you can just do something real simple like filling out cards with best wishes to, or adults that are at a hospital, or maybe they're at a rehab I mean, these are, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but just want to show you that this is very easily accessible and available for you guys to use. Because I think that's the hardest thing. Sometimes we're all over the place because we have so many ideas. But this is something that I'm a visual, so that's how I learn is visually. Thank you, PD, Vinod, at visuals because that's how I learn, and a lot of people are that way. So you can just share this with your team and build from that. Yes. I'm gonna show you this 1 minute and seconds Alliance Global Service journey video. All right, and then there's this handout, 2 pagers for 100 simple service ideas that are available. I mean, you name it, for youth, health, nutrition, children, environment. So these are very handy in case a club or a district is stuck that they don't know what to do. This is something that's readily available. But I like right now if everybody could put in the chat one of your favorite service projects that either your club or your district does. That would be great. If you all don't mind taking a minute to do that. Uh, Lion, Johnny, are you online right now?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so while people are putting in the chat, do you mind sharing? Because I wanted to make sure we highlighted at least one successful district-wide service project. So would you share about the Build a Bed service project that 2X1 does and how it started, please, at this time?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be with you today. And Build Beds for Kids is probably one of the best things this district has ever done. It is involving well over 250 to 300 Lions twice a year to get together to build beds for kids. We do that in partnership with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And the gentleman who is in charge of Sleep in Heavenly Peace that we relate to is also a member of the Waxahachie Lions Club. So he's with John Landrum's club. And we have been so successful that when we have here coming up on October the 11th, a Saturday build day, and we will build another 100 beds. This will make us 625 beds when we get through. This all started in July of 2022. I was speaking to the Waxahachie Lions Club, installing their officers and their new members at the beginning of the year. And Curtis Green, who is with Sleep in Heavenly Peace and also a Lion, was there. And all of a sudden, when the meeting was over, I got introduced to him through John Landrum. And all of a sudden, this particular project was born. We actually collected over $40,000 within less than 60 days in our district to build 150 beds. We built 150 beds in late February of 2023. That was our first build. and it has been a successful event twice a year since then. We're only going to build 100 beds this coming October the 11th, but it has been a connector. It has inspired the members of the district in various Lions clubs. And we also get Lions clubs from 2E2 that have been kind enough to come and help us, and sometimes from other clubs, such as the College Station Lions Club and a few others that are participating from X3. So we're getting a number of Lions that come to this build, and Lions Clubs International Foundation, thank goodness for that organization, because it has participated with us on matching grants throughout this entire process. But if you think about the fact that we're building a bed for $250, and that bed is going to have the parts, it's going to have good parts, because the beds themselves will last about 40 years when we get through with them. But we're just building the parts, like we're building the headboards, and we're building the sideboards, and we're building the various pieces of the beds. So they'll be put together later through Sleep in Heavenly Peace. But the beauty part of it is we've been back to the circle again and reached out to the Lions clubs to provide manpower to deliver the beds to the families that requested them, where there's a kid that doesn't have a bed to sleep in. And oh my goodness, what you see and what you experience at that end, once you have built the bed and then you put the bed together, and when we leave that particular home, that bed is ready to sleep in. And I'll tell you, you can't get that child away from that bed. They are so enthusiastic about having a bed to sleep in. I delivered one time to near Fair Park to a Habitat for Humanity home. And the young man that received that bed was 17 years old and had never slept in anything other than a pallet on the floor. I was amazed and taken back by his expression. He had tears in his eyes. He hugged that mattress. He hugged that pillow. He really got close to that bed. It's like it was a gift from heaven. And I don't know that it probably wasn't. But I'm telling you that the impact that it has on the community is unbelievable. We have delivered 125 beds now to Texas Lions Camp. We furbished all their beds or 175, excuse me, all of their beds for the 2 new bunkhouses. And getting permission from them to let us do that. And we continue to provide them supplemental beds as they request them. So this is a great project for any district. And if you need information to join in with Sleep in Heavenly Peace and partner with them, they're all over the United States. We are one of their leading chapters, if you wish, in our area geographically as a Lions Club, or Lions District, Lions District, that provides the number of beds that we have already built. So this is a wonderful project. If you want to join us on October the 11th, please give me a holler and give me a contact. I'll be happy to get you involved. It is a great event. It only lasts about 4 hours. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning with registration at 9 o'clock. We start the bed build. And you do not have to be a skilled worker to be able to build the beds. It's already very easy to the things that you're doing and the tasks that you're going to be doing. And it's so important because it fills a need, and we serve. That's what we're all about. Thank you, Line Esmeralda, and appreciate you for letting me speak a little bit about build beds for kids.
Thank you, PCC John Eads. I know PCC John Landrum had planned to be here, but he had a funeral to go to, and I told him, don't worry, because we got PCC John Landrum that can step in. I mean, John Eads that can, because we call them the Dos Amigos, the 2 friends that came up with this wonderful district-wide service project. And I know Kurt and Lions Green is on here. Lion Curtis, if you can put your contact information. And I want to thank everybody that put service project ideas. I saw vision clinics. I saw placing flags for veterans as one of the other ideas, and also with a recycling center and giving scholarships to 40 students, also filling blessing block boxes, peace poster contests, rewarding students for their participation in contests, and I mean, a whole lot more. So thank you all for sharing. We have our next presenter, Paul Moore. Are you on there? Let me stop sharing. Paul, are you here? Let me see. Is Paul on here? Does anybody see Paul?
I don't
If-
see him.
Okay, so then let's go ahead and Taylor, you want to go ahead and start your, oh, actually, I think it is, yes, you.
Okay. It says that
uh,
you just say, I need you to give me sharing privileges, please.
Okay, hang on. Let me do that. Stop.
Today I'm playing the role of Lion Conrad. And we've got a video to share.
Okay, there you go. I just made you host.
Thank you. And y'all, let me find it. I have 1,000 screens open. Okay, here we go. Tell me if you're not able to hear the sound.
Good morning, Lions. My name is Conrad Alagaban, and today we're going to be talking about AI in our Lions world. So we're going to jump right into this subject. I'm going to pull up my presentation here. AI-powered growth for MD2 Texas Lions. New tools for a new generation of service. We're going to be going in depth into lionsvirtual.org, empowering Lions to lead, serve, and communicate through technology. All right, so let's dive in. So in this training session, it's going to be a working session as well. So let's settle in, greet your fellow Lion, thank them for their service, share your snacks, take your phone out, and I want you to go to lionsvirtual.org in your web browser. You could either use Chrome if you have an Android, or Safari, or any other web browser that you are using. All you got to do is type in lionsvirtual.org. Boom. And it should take you to the Lions Virtual site. So let's jump into it. Okay. All right. This is a one-stop digital hub for all of us. It serves as a centralized platform, and it offers training materials, engagement tools, and innovative resources for Lions clubs. Okay, so let's streamline all the access to the essential tools that'll enhance your club's operations and community service efforts. Okay, so there's several different chat GPTs or AI programs for the specific work that we do. This one is called Lions Learn to Grow. So if you scroll, you'll notice there's 4 of them. And Lions Learn to Grow helps Lions create and design training and teaching designed on what problems need to be solved. Okay. So whether you are at district level, club level, whatever it is you need to learn, all of the Lions University, let's say, or information about Lions Club is in this chat GPT or this AI program. And you can skip and you can speak the Lion language, the Lion lingo and jargon, and it'll be in there. Okay. Next is Lions Serve to Grow. And this will help Lions partner with local libraries, community organizations, and create service programs. I'm just giving you an example. Okay. So you can use this to create full plans for your service projects. Now, Lions Map to Grow. This is for strategic planning, and it'll establish a structured growth strategy for the next 6 months, depending on your goals, whether it's more members or more service projects or a more developed program within your club. And then last but not least is Lions Market to Grow. And Lions Market to Grow is about being able to put out great promotional material like flyers or social media posts, or generate different kinds of content that you want to be putting in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any other social media. And you can think about the process for how that works using this AI. Okay. Now, there's something new that's been developed, and it is called the Servant Heroes. So this one is fun. It'll allow you to make a cartoon version, or to make a cool superhero version of all of the members that you are highlighting in your organization. So you can create a hero persona avatar of your Lions, and it's super fun. I'll show you mine, okay? All right. So let's play around with Lions Learn to Grow. So if you can jump in here, by the way, feel free to peruse any of these things that we're talking about as I'm talking about them, okay? So if you want to do Lions Learn to Grow, you simply click on it, Lions Learn to Grow, and it'll open up a conversation chat. So you can talk to it. If you press the talk button, which is on the right, the microphone button, you can just speak into it, or you can type and ask questions, okay? So let's say, for example, in Lions Learn to Grow, I want to ask, what are all the different organizational structures within a Lions Club that I need to know? So I could type it in, or I could speak into it. Let me see. What is the organizational structure of the Lions Club from club all the way to international level?
Absolutely. The organizational structure of the Lions Clubs International moves up through several levels, starting from the local clubs and going all the way to the international body. At the base level, you have individual Lions Clubs. These are the local branches where members meet, plan, and carry out their community service activities. Each club is led by a club president and a board of directors. Above the club level, you have zones and regions. Zones typically group several clubs together, and a zone chairperson coordinates activities and communication between them. Regions may combine several zones, although...
I'm going to pause that, because what's really cool is it can speak it or it could type it out. So whether you want to read what it said or you want to listen to it, it's very easy for you to do an audio or visual of what you want to learn. Okay, however you want to learn it. So you could use it to brainstorm, you could collaborate with it, and then you can create actionable outlines that you can use. So this entire presentation that you're seeing was created by AI with my directions, using specifically Lions Learn to Grow, this AI tool. All right, next. So you can structure, let's say, for example, you want to go back and you want to use Lions Serve to Grow. So in Serve to Grow, we talked about utilizing Serve to Grow to be able to create service projects. And when you click on Lions Serve to Go, same thing, it'll come to a different chat. And this one is specifically created so it can help you make beautiful outlines for service projects and help you understand all the ins and outs of what you're trying to do, whether it's a fundraiser or a donation drive or any other kind of service project. Maybe you're going to be planting trees or doing a vision screening, whatever it is that you're up to. So it can help you generate these ideas and then structure them into a really solid plan, right? Test it out, guys. Test it out while I'm talking about it, and you're like, I want to just check it out. All right, very good. All right, so now let's talk about Map to Grow. So Map to Grow is powerful because you want to know what the next 6 months looks like based on what is happening right now in your club. So I'll give you an example. You can type in here, hey, our club is currently at this many members, let's say 25 members. We want to grow to 50 members over the next 6 months. We currently do one service activity every other week. So 2 service activities a month. And we want to be able to handle a service activity each week. And we want to also fundraise this dollar amounts for Alliant grants, let's say. So these are things you could input of what is happening right now in your club. And then you can set your goal for where you're going. And you can say, give me an outline, or you can ask it, create options for me to reach this goal as a president, service chair, first vice president, and it'll give you ideas based on your role, or overall it can give you, hey, this is what this person should do, this person should do, this person should do. Powerful. Okay, so it'll allow you to really create that strategy, and you can even get an interactive live demonstration of things you're doing. Like if you want to build a whole website and you want to say, hey, I want to build this site out, let me see how that looks. So it is really cool. Test it out, have fun with it. We're skipping through these guys. Okay, and now let's go on to market to grow. So some of these things, as we're having this discussion, will be more important to you than others based on your role. Now, the biggest challenge with Lions Club in terms of activities and engagement is people being able to see who we are and what we do. Now, getting out there into social media, maybe we're not great at making beautiful flyers. Maybe we're not great at writing engaging prompts or engaging content that get people excited to participate with us. Don't worry. You can have a conversation with this chat and say, I want to create a flyer. So, for example, this flyer here was created on a different app called canva.com by one of our Lions. And it can give you a very basic, or it can make it a lot more intuitive and a lot more design oriented. So up to you how much time you want to put into having a conversation with the app so that it can iterate over and over and over again until you get to the design you want. And then if you're willing to, one of two things, you can learn how to do it yourself, or you can ask it to create it, and then you can get a live demonstration of what it looks like and then change it up. Okay. So you could leverage current events, like things that are actually happening right now. Like, let's say, for example, we just finished the opening day parade for the Texas State Fair. And all of the posts that you see on District 2X1 are all created by ChatGPT, along with my prompts. So I said, hey, I want you to say these things, and then we put it into a really beautiful outline on how those things are said. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out of here and kind of show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go to chat. Oh, sorry. I have Lions Virtual, right? So Lions Virtual. And as this thing is loading and thinking about what how to get into Lions Virtual, what I want you guys to consider is, what are you trying to accomplish that you need support in terms of strategy or digital, creative designs, or maybe ideas. Okay, that's what this is for. So what we were talking about here, oops, we were at, I'm gonna go to market to grow. Here we go. So this is market to grow, and specifically it's about creating beautiful outlines. So this is our meeting right now, MD2 Texas Lions Zoom meeting, post event update on Facebook. It was a successful meeting with lion leaders from Los, Texas. So look, you can grammatically be incorrect. You could mess up. It's okay. It's going to try to figure it out. It's a language learning model. That's what AI is. And it's going to think, okay, what does that, what are they trying to accomplish there? So you can even ask a question. What would make sense to add to this post? And question mark. And I'm going to say, give me suggestions. Okay. Give me suggestions or ask questions. Boom. So it's going to first think about some of the things that we are talking about. So this is great. And I'm going to answer some of these things. So I'm going to add the picture from today's events. So I'm going to go to I'm going to add the flyer. Use the information in this flyer. We are aiming to create more clubs, grow our membership, and utilize the technologies like Lions Virtual .org and Salesforce CRM, period. So let's see what it's going to generate here. And remember, Salesforce is our back office where we put all the names, phone numbers, emails of Lions, and Lions Virtual is what we're going through right now. So this is thinking right now about what to post. And here is the Facebook post. The Lions of Texas are leading the way. On September 27, today, Lions from across MD2 Texas gathered online for the first Roundtable Summit, bringing together club presidents, district leaders, membership, and service chairs and passionate Lions dedicated to building a stronger, smarter, and more connected future. Topics include, these are all the top talking points, powerful session by these great leaders. Huge thank you to all, to every Lion who participated in shaping the future of Lionism. And it wrote it out really fast. So what you're gonna do is you can copy the whole thing. This is everything that you could post in. And so you're gonna copy this and you could put it either on a Word document, or what I like to do, I like to put it on a Google Documents. So I'm just going to create a little Google document here. Now, what's the difference? A Google Documents is like a Word document, and you're able to write quickly and save it and share it. And multiple people could be writing in this document at the same time. Now, what's really critical about AI is it's not perfect. So if you read this, it says 2x1, which is right, but maybe you want to be a little bit more clear. District 2x1, second VDG, Dr. Nia MacKay. So you want to correct for things that may not be written correctly, because it's pulling information and you want to make sure that it fits correctly. Okay. So these are really critical, is that it really does a good job of creating an outline for you, but you want to read the fine points and make sure that it's saying what you want it to say. And so that's why you can go back and correct it, right? And you can teach it. It's willing to learn. It's especially if you have paid for the upgraded version. So there is a limit to how many questions you can ask and have a discussion with this. Okay, so let's wrap it up. We have talked about a lot of different things. So we're gonna skip forward. So here we go. Bear with me here. Lions learn to grow, serve to grow, map to grow. All right. So we got into this using our market to grow, right? All right. So now let's get into the servant hero. Now you see this? This is a beautiful digital design, not by me, but by AI, for the kind of superhero I want to be represented in Lions Club. So I want to be the connector, like being able to put all my people together. And it's pretty cool. I really like it. Hold on, let me see this. If I can do the presenter view here. Nope. Sorry, that's not what I was trying to accomplish. And what it did was it took the information that I gave it and I said, hey, these are your superhero powers, Conrad. This is your passion. I love it. It's super fun. And you could do this for all of your members. Like if you're going to have a post on social media about someone who's doing some amazing things, planting gardens with kids in a community garden, something like that. And you can create a superhero avatar of that person. So it allows you to build a culture of appreciation of your people. And it's a fun way to just celebrate each other, right? So let's pull it all together and talk about the actionable insights for growth, right? Your map to grow will allow you to create growth strategies over a period of time. Doesn't have to be 6 months, it could be 3 months, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be a year, up to you. Market to grow, to promote and market your club. Learn to grow, train your people. If they have a question and they have the app readily available on their phone, and they're just able to type into it, ask it any question, and they'll get an answer. And they can get detailed in the conversation. They can have collaborations. And so you don't have to answer every single question. This program is set up to answer all the questions for your members as well. All right. And it's not written here, but the serve to grow as well to create your service projects. Okay. So these are the essential tools that will help you explode in your people's ability, your Lions' ability to help more people be seen and think about the future of your club. All right. So we are DFW Cyber Lions Club. We're excited to continue to help Lions District 2X1 grow. And so if you want to create a specialty club, please build a cyber club or any other kind of club that is aligned with technologies today or the way the society is trending today. A baseball club in Alaska, that's really cool. What do you call that? A race car club, something fun that is engaging the next generation, the youth, right? All right. So we talked about the specialty clubs, and now I'm going to leave it to my my partners in success in our club to answer your questions. And how they're going to answer your questions is they're going to be opening up ChatGPT and typing your questions in there. So take it away, guys. And thank you for having me here. After you guys answer these questions, take time to write the takeaways down on your notebook and what actions you're going to be taking immediately after this event. Okay? We're going to skip through this, and I'm just going to have this laid out here. Pull out your camera. Pull out your camera. put it on this and hit the link there, and you could save my e-card. I want you to create one as well. This is a free tool, and it's a great way to let everybody know how to get in touch with you and your club. All right, guys, that's my presentation. Before we end it, please ask your questions to my team and have fun. See you later. Thank you.
Okay, we are actually over our allotted time for that presentation. So if you have questions, I know Lion Conrad would be happy to answer them for you, but I don't want to take up time from the next person. So we'll go ahead and move it forward.
Actually, Lion, Taylor, you actually have 9 minutes.
Oh,
You-
cool. We have 9 minutes. Does anyone have
Yes.
questions?
I think the main question I had was because I think somebody wrote, how many different logins will I need to create? I guess their access to lionsvirtual.org. I said only one because I know I got on there and just created my login for lionsvirtual.org for the free access to that. And I just put in my email and it was so easy to set up. Because I was.
Please consult with your device
Great.
manual manufacturer on whether it is supported.
Does anybody have questions about AI and how it can help be a tool to help your club or your district be more successful with promoting your service project or how to help train your members or how to grow or how to do more service? Any questions?
There's one from line Frank Haslin.
Okay, Frank, let me see. What's the question? We
It says, did I just create a ChatGPT login unrelated to Line International? It is not related, but Line AI use ChatGPT because every time I go to Line AI, it take me to my account in ChatGPT. So yes.
So I went ahead and just went through because lionsvirtual.org is a GPT app. So it's free up to a certain point. I do need to forewarn you that you use it, and I haven't figured out how many times that I've used it in one day. And sometimes I get to the point where it tells me that I have to wait like a certain time, probably the next day, to be able to use it. But I haven't purchased it. I just used that free lionsvirtual.org. It was made by Daniel Elkins. It's a fellow lion, so it's very personalized to anything that you want to promote with lions, with service projects, flyers. Actually, everything for this session, all the letters, confirmation letters that I sent to all the presenters was created by AI. I mean, guys, I cannot believe how much time this AI lionsvirtual.org has saved me and the headaches that it has reduced. I mean, I used to have to spend hours because I'm not that great at technology. However, with the lionsvirtual.org, if I can use it, I promise you, you all can learn to use it. Lisa Free Martin, so great to see you. What question do you have, my friend? Or
It's not
comment?
a question, it's more of a statement. Just wanted to
Uh-huh.
let you know, you can have 10 chats per day on
Okay.
linesvirtual.org, and then you'll have to go to a paid version or wait another 24 hours before you can start to use it again.
Oh, thank you for that clarification. Because I knew there was a certain number, but I haven't paid attention to how many chats I put in. But that makes sense because usually I think I've been averaging about 5 or 6 per day. So I haven't gone over my limit. Only one time I did, but I wasn't sure how many chats I did. So thank you for clarifying that.
10's pretty good too. So I would just say, like, you could do everything you need with 10 chats a day. I just plan it in advance. One of the things with ChatGPT, just remember it's a computer, not a person. So you have to be really specific about what you want. And that's something I had to learn early on because I was very like, could you please, la la, la, right? Like I'm trying to be nice to the computer. So just ask what you need to ask it, and you can give it a lot of information and say, I would like to write an email to my membership and also share that with a social media post. So you can do kind of two things in one, and it will just spit out, here's your email, here's your social media post. Where you may end up using up your 10 is it's real good about saying, would you also like this? Would you also like this? Like it's going to upsell you. So count. Because you don't want to run out of, like, you don't want to take, if you take their suggestion, like it's basically upselling you. So would you also like this? Would you like me to make it friendlier? Would you like it to appeal to the 5 to 20 crowd? That's 3 questions. So just be aware of that. That's going to count against your 10, but you definitely could do everything you want with 10 questions.
Thank you, Dr. Nia MacKay, and I know, Dr. Taylor-Ban and Dr. Nia for letting me know there was a question. And then Kyle Bourne is the service chair for the DFW Cyber Lions Club. I gotta tell you, the Cyber Lions Club has me all amazed with everything that they do with service and gaining new members. I mean, they're already at 60 plus members, and it's incredible. What we have found is that we had a lot of people that were interested in doing service. They just didn't have a lot of time to be going to traditional type meetings. So this specialty club format may work in any of your districts or as a branch club for any of your clubs. You could easily get at least 5 to 10 new members minimum if you did a cyber branch club under your umbrella. So I really encourage you all, if you hadn't thought about it, to add a cyber club, branch club under your umbrella, because you'll get at least, you need only 5 members to start a branch club, but I'm sure you could get at least 10 members easily. So if you want to learn more about that with Club Extension, let me know, and I can meet with you all on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. But right. Kyle, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, so one thing I would recommend highly to our traditional clubs, if you have not already, where Conrad was showing and speaking about the digital business card, that comes in really good, really easy, because all you do is present the person with a QR code. Of course, some don't know that their phones and technology will allow them to just scan it right off the bat. But the one thing that is beautiful about that is when they scan your card and they have your contact information, you also get their contact information with a timestamp of where you met, when you met. So if you're a follow-up person where you're really good about that, it lets you know where you met them. And if you are at an event that is on your calendar, it oftentimes will correlate that to you met them at this conference, at this meeting. So it's a great follow-up tool.
Thank you, Kyle. So if nobody else has any questions, you can move on to Past District Governor Vinod has another presentation on recognition awards and membership. Past District Governor Vinod,
Yeah, okay.
let me
I need
see.
to share.
Yes, let me make sure we have you to share. Let's see, Vinod. Where are you? There you are. There you go. We can see you.
Okay. Okay, can you see? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you again. This is my second topic. It's also very important. Sometimes we neglect small things when we handle the clubs or the district. It's the power of recognition. You know, it's for growing and retaining your club members. It's one of the important tools. It doesn't cost too much, but amazing results can be achieved with that. Why is it so important, recognition? The goal, of course, is to recognize and show appreciation for members who are doing selfless service and to motivate Lions to continue to serve and the commitment to the community. Because they work hard. You know, our Lions, we work hard, a lot of hours that involve volunteer hours, and that they need to be recognized by the club or the district or multiple district, whatever it is. But that's an important part of the process. What are the benefits of recognition? Recognition benefits is it builds loyalty and morale. You know, when somebody is recognized, he feels important, and boosts his morale and makes him do more work. So basically, it's a really good tool to have a high morale group. It reinforces club values also and service culture. That means the club has some good values. They appreciate the members. They appreciate member services that they're doing, and they are recognized for what they're doing. These are all good values that new members and also members who are there, they seek these. It encourages also continued participation and leadership. When they're recognized that they're doing something good and they feel important because it's been recognized by everyone, they would like to do more. They would like to continue that participation and leadership. So it's got immense benefits with that. Then it helps members also feel seen and valued. They feel they're getting some, you know, the people can see what they're doing and also the value that they have created in the community or in the club. So it helps either way. They feel very important. Yeah. And with that, they feel motivated. You know, so once they're motivated to do more work and stay with the club, and so that helps in the retention also. So we do have a retention. I already talked a lot about retention earlier. So we do have that challenge. Some of the common reasons, there are several reasons I think I showed you, but one of the reasons at least is the lack of engagement and feeling underappreciated. You know, when somebody is doing something, nobody recognizes it, he just keeps on doing. So these are important. So to make sure that they are not under recognized. So we need to make sure that we recognize what they're doing. If you look at the stats on drops, they're more vulnerable, especially the newcomers who's been there, like I showed earlier also, those who have been here 1 to 2 years, they are more vulnerable. They form impression very quickly. So it's very important to make an impression early that what they're doing, the service is important, and we need them. So it's very important to, especially for the newcomers, to show the appreciation that they are doing a good work. So it is a strategic tool you can use it for retention also. There are several types of recognition you can give, you know, either it could be formal, you know, you can give awards, certificates, etc., that you can give them. And more informally, you can get, during the meetings that you have, club or district meeting, you can give shout outs at the meeting for what somebody has achieved, or even a club president can send thank you notes to the person who has done. So those are all at informal level. And then another thing that works, especially in the club meetings, etc., is peer-to-peer recognition. That is, the peers recognizing, hey, my peer, my fellow lion has really done a good job feeding the hungry the other day. So you get recognition like that even from the peers that amount to something. It's very important to have that. And of course, then you can do digitally also. You can put on the social media, news bulletins, emails, you can give kudos. I have a bulletin that I like to recognize people who are doing service. I even solicit if somebody has done something so we can recognize them. So these are all important tools and types of recognitions that you can give to, and there are in the Lions, if you go to Lions, you can buy some of these pins and medals, etc. They're available at the LionsLCI.org, or you can make your own certificate. You know, you don't have to buy Lions. You can it's easy to make your own certificate to show your certificate of appreciation, or you can make your own pins, etc. So there are several ways of getting these recognition tools. Oops. Not moving. Okay. So why we are doing this, every member, Lions, they're really doing some good selfless service. We are the unsung heroes who dedicate their time, energy, and passion to make a difference in our communities. And often it goes unrecognized, and sometimes we do behind the scenes. So it brings them to limelight, basically what we are trying to do by recognizing, to show that the Lions are really the unsung heroes who are doing a lot of work for the community and really showcasing the community. So the framework, there are 3 critical R's of recognition. Regular, it has to be regular. In other words, to make it more consistent, like if you do every meeting, say you meet once or twice a month, make sure you recognize those people in every meeting. Somebody who has done, another member has done something good, make sure he gets a recognition. It's very important to be timely. You don't have to wait the whole year to recognize somebody. So every meeting you meet, make sure that you recognize the person's service. Then it has to be relevant also. Tie it to whatever the member has done, whether he's done fed the hungry or vision screening, whatever it is. So he's added value into the community and the service. So you need to tie that. So everybody will feel comfortable. The group, hey, he's really done something good, which is measurable. He's done vision screening for 50 people today. So give recognition like that, so it's more relevant and has more importance to it. And make it real. Be sincere and specific. Whatever they're doing, make sure it comes out of the heart, not because we want to bring somebody up or because I like somebody I want to do. You want to avoid those types of things, but it has to be sincere. Somebody who's done really something good, you need to make sure that they are recognized. So use this to audit your current practices. Take a look at it in your club if you're doing that. See how you can adjust to some of these things. Consistency is very important, and also timely. It's very important to do at the proper time and not wait for a long time to recognize when everybody has forgotten what the person has done. So it's very important to be timely. So we already talked about some of these what types of formal certificates, shout outs, etc. We need to encourage members to recognize each other peer to peer. It carries pretty good weight when you hear from your peers, hey guy, you're doing real good, you've done this job, and in front of the club, in the membership. So really it boosts his morale and encourages him to participate more. And digital, of course, we talked about spotlights and newsletters and social media, etc. So those are some of the ways we can give recognition to people. You need to make sure that you integrate the recognition into your club culture. It should become part of your club culture to make this on a regular basis. And so when people come and join, they see that, hey, these guys, this club really appreciates what we are doing on a regular basis. So make sure that it becomes your club culture. So this is the figure you see here is from our club. We always include recognition. You'll see that number 6 here. After going through introduction, before we start the actual meeting, we go through recognitions. If somebody, what club members has done, we recognize them immediately by the name and what they've done, and also ask the peers to recognize somebody, because sometimes you don't know if somebody has done, behind the scenes. So the peer recognition and the club president and others. So we make it a point in every meeting that the club recognition of member services, they are recognized on a regular basis. Every meeting, we do this every month. So have a program for your district or your club, develop a recognition program, how you want to do this, on what criteria and what some of those things that you want to do. Make sure that you have that and follow that in your club. Especially it should come at the club level because that's where the action is happening, the club members and membership growth and membership retention, everything is happening at the club level. You can even ask if you want to get more formalized, you can ask your membership chair to take the additional responsibility of recognition, have a recognition chair for that. So if the president sometimes does not know if somebody has done something, the membership chair is keeping track of what the members are doing. He can remind the club president or the peers what somebody has done and needs a recognition. And also have a small budget for it because it costs some money to buy the pins or whatever you want to, certificates, etc. you want to make. There is some expenses involved. So have a small budget so you can do all these things. It doesn't really cost too much. It's not a big expense, but the rewards are great for the type of expense you're putting in. It'll bring you really a very healthy, happy club. So use this as a tool to grow your new members. When you get a new member, when he sees this thing happening in your club, how you appreciate each and every member, whoever is doing, helping, how you're recognizing them, it goes a long way. The word goes around and the new members will be attracted to come to your club and join. So you're showcasing their achievements of each and every member publicly. Sometimes not just in your club or privately by notes, etc., also in your newsletters, in your district level, multiple district level. So we are showcasing their achievements publicly. That boosts their morale, really. So that way you can celebrate your recruitment efforts. This should be part of your growth program. Also, you can use the same thing for retention, celebrate how often you want to give. I mean, celebrate each member's milestones. Somebody has been there a year, first year, give him a pin or a certificate or something. I think Alliance LCI has some pins for these milestones. So you can get those at a small cost. It'll cost you so, but make sure you remind them they have the value of service for 1 year, whether it's 5 years or 20 years, that you recognize their service. Actually, you do get some letter also from your from international president to celebrate their milestone. So you can use that at a club meeting or a district meeting to show the years of service and how the district or the club has benefited from their service to the community. Then acknowledge behind the scene contributions, because sometimes we do things, we don't advertise too much. We go and help somebody. Not everybody knows it. So acknowledge some of the stuff that is going on behind the scenes, helping people. So that needs to come out also publicly. So they will get boost in their morale. Also, sometimes we forget to sometimes recognize somebody. The best way to find out is to conduct surveys. 6 months, our club does once a year, do surveys, satisfaction surveys. They will tell you that, hey, I'm doing this work, nobody appreciates that, I'm left out, I don't feel I belong to this club. Then immediately you got a problem. So you need to approach those kinds of people, members, and tell them, that there was a mistake, you ignored for whatever reason, that it's not going to happen. And so that will end up, so the member, instead of leaving, he's going to stay back in your club. So these are all some of the things that it will help. Among other things, by recognition also helps in the retention. The dividends are quite large. So lastly, for our own thing, for our MD2, I have a program, recognition program for this year for MD2 membership. We have developed several categories since we are with the membership, so maybe it's focused on membership. The service chair probably will have, we can add that later. But for membership, we have a growth district growth champion. So we will recognize them every quarter during the COG meeting for the net growth spotlight in our GMT bulletin, whoever is doing good. So that way they feel good and encourage more to bring in more new members. So MDT champion, of course, at the year end, also we will have an award. We give trophy or a plaque, whatever it is, during the state convention end of the year to the highest net membership growth. And also for small clubs, we also look at the percentage-wise. So they will have two, one for the net highest number and also for the percentage growth to keep the clubs that have, say, 10 members. So if they get only 2 members, that's a 20% growth. So we need to recognize that too. So we will do that at the end of the year to give them certificates and trophies, etc. So this keeps them energized and motivated to bring in more members. And also, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, retention is very critical. So we will have some retention awards too for the district with the highest retention. Those who are doing one in the middle of the year. The reason I do that, because in December, we see a big loss historically. So we want to contain that this year. So we will look at it. So we'll give a recognition during the middle of, after December. So we will, and also at the end of the year. So we will have two. So because December and June are the biggest drops. So we want to encourage them to keep the members. So we will have awards, plaques, and certificates, etc. for them. And also for the club builder award we have for most new clubs. Every time they charter a new club, we will recognize that award every quarter, probably during a COG meeting. So we will have custom plaques and certificate of achievement. We have a small budget, because it costs some money of about 12. We have some membership. I think we have some in our budget for membership. So we have kept about 1,200, maybe more. We will see how it goes. But that's our plan to reward and also recognize and appreciate the districts who are working hard towards growing our membership and bringing in new clubs. So that way they get energized and boost their morale to get in more. So that's all I had, a short presentation. This is important. I hope all the clubs will embrace the recognition as part of their club culture. That is my message. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Vinod. Council Chair Kathy, do you have anything for closing? And PID, TJ, we can have Kathy go first. Vinod, can you stop sharing your PowerPoint, please?
Okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, PDG Esme. Just a few points, major points from the presentations today. And one was that new clubs are like babies. They need to be nurtured and taught and guided. So if you think of it in those terms, you need to, do everything you can to help those clubs take their first baby steps, and then they can walk, and then they can function on their own for a while. So, but they, take good care of them and treat them like a baby, as it were, make sure that they are successful. Even if, Lion Ronnie or PIP Jimmy comes in to put in a club, it's up to the district to nurture that club and make sure the club is successful. On retention, make sure we close the back door. It defeats the purpose of us putting in new clubs and putting in all that effort if you're losing the same amount of members walking away, because maybe those were members we could have kept. So it's a lot easier to keep the members than it is to put in new clubs and, have to bring in new members. So if we do both of those things, bring in new clubs and keep our members and bring in new members, we're going to be positive and we're going to, watch our membership grow. But, historically, we end up losing a whole lot of members, at the end of December and at the end of June. So we have to try our best to try and keep those members happy and keep them from leaving. This is a critical year, and what you do is important to our success and to the district's success. I promised our president, AP Singh, that we would meet our goals this year, and I don't want, to have people prove me wrong. I want to encourage you to get your servant hero avatar. We're going to do something fun with that later on. And in Lions Virtual, when I got into that, because I'm not, super, technology knowledgeable, I just did, one step at a time. I keep my, questions or my instructions to ChatGPT short and sweet, and then it will prompt me to add something or upload something or whatever. So I try to keep things succinct, and it's, do a dialogue that way, because I can't write a whole, 10 different instructions in one sentence. I'm not that good yet. So if you're just starting it, keep your instructions simple and to the point so the computer can understand you, what you're trying to achieve, and it'll guide you and you can guide it, and hopefully you can work well with that. And I would encourage everyone to do their digital business card. I want to announce that we have our Council of Governors meeting coming up November 7th and 8th in Temple at the Hilton Garden Inn. Now, the gentleman that does our IT and our website has been in the hospital for 3 weeks. So we're going to try to have someone help out with that. But in the meanwhile, we're going to send out an email blast to the district governors with the registration forms, hopefully a Venmo code. Then you can email your registrations in and pay for it on Venmo. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and send it a paper registration and a check. But until we get that the website current to where you can register online, we'll have to get around that some way. I want to thank all the presenters that we had today. We had, I guess, an issue with PDG Paul Moore. We don't know what happened with that. But I want to thank all the presenters for making this summit successful. I want to thank everyone for attending. Hopefully you picked out 1 or 2 things that you can use Monday morning in your districts or your clubs. And Lion Esme, do you want to talk about next GMA Summit?
Well, I wanted to propose the second week of November. Does that look good for everybody? And we'll have just 2 or 3 presenters so we can have more discussion time with you guys. Does that look good for the majority of people? Saturday, November 15th in the morning. Is this a good time for you guys? Can you put thumbs up if this time worked pretty well for you guys? Okay, so TJ, are you available November 15th? Okay, so we'll put down November 15th from 9 to 11. But I know we went over today a few minutes. Sorry about that, because I like to keep the time to what we say, but we had so much to share this morning and got to be with you guys. TJ, you want to say goodbye, closing comments? And whoever can be there, great, we'll record it again. So if you're out of town or doing something, it's okay. I know Lion Lisa put in the comments to keep our membership very important, updated, and not wait till December, and be checking in with your Lions. Like Vinod said, there were so many great things today. Thank you, everybody. TJ, you want to close us out?
I just want to say thank you again. Congratulations to all of you, Council Chair Kathy and PDG Esme and everyone that took part in today's first summit. Like I told you, this is historical. This is exactly what we need. We need to get that communication going both ways, all the way from the multiple district to the club, but most especially from the club to the multiple district. And thank you so much. And I'm going to leave you with one thought. Council Chair Kathy, you mentioned the plan that you submitted to President AP. At a private meeting at the USA Canada Forum that I attended with past presidents, past international directors, as he was giving us his message, there was a point in which he said, if we're gonna make it, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it like Texas is doing it. And he turned around and he said, my good friend TJ and the Lions of Texas, they have promised at least 40 clubs. And when I get to the state convention in Odessa in May as our guest speaker, we're all going to celebrate the 40 plus clubs. And you know, he doesn't forget things. So let's just continue the momentum, passing the baton, get that team working, and we're going to be very successful. And I can't wait for the next one. Thank you.
All right, well, let's go, let's grow, and we'll work on posting this on the MD2 website. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and just challenge. You go and help us build new clubs, help us retain our members, keep them engaged, and just ask and recruit new members. Love you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.